Hello everyone. Welcome back to episode 4 of Chatting with CJ. This is a wonderful journey that we're on with CJ, and thank you. Like, share, subscribe. How are you doing, CJ?
I'm well. I'm feeling really good today.
Excellent. What did you do today?
I went to an event at the agency where I used to work. They have a Thanksgiving dinner for the ladies in the program, and they invite their friends and the board members and people in the community to have dinner with the ladies. So they invited me to come to share dinner with them. So that's what I did today. This evening I went to Marion House and had dinner with the ladies and the employees and board members of Marion House.
Excellent, Mom. I'm glad you had a good time. Well, I know they were very happy to see you, right?
They were.
Absolutely. I know when I dropped you off, the young lady came running out and was just happy to see you. Your blessing.
Yes.
Your blessing to many. So, this week's episode, we're going to talk about the importance of rest. And the reason we're going to talk about the importance of rest is because my mom was one that never took naps. I used to always say to her she burnt the candle on both ends, meaning she's an early riser and she goes to bed late. And sometimes she goes to bed sitting in a chair watching TV. So with that being said, let's paint the picture. So my mom suffered an aneurysm on May 15th, 2024. The week prior to that and the weekend prior to that, she was getting ready for and fill them in, Mom. What were you getting ready for?
I was they have it twice a year. It's a flea market, Butcher Hill Flea Market in Patterson Park. It's a pretty big flea market, and I was preparing all of that week for the flea market. So I didn't really get a lot of rest, and I was marking and sorting and getting pieces that I was going to sell at the flea market.
So really, in addition to that, you were working your job.
Yes.
You were one to so I'm telling you, the flea market was on that Saturday, which was the Saturday before Mother's Day. I was out there at the flea market. That's why I'm telling the story with her. That Friday, she stayed up to 3 a.m. in the mornings prepping for that flea market. What time did we have to be out at the flea market?
We had to be there by 7.
So just imagine she didn't have any rest. We were at the flea market all day. We had to load, unload, and then she had to do the selling. I was there for backup because she was selling her items, and then the flea market was over, and
it's a busy flea market.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's
a lot of foot traffic in that flea market.
Where is it at?
It's held in May and in September at Patterson Park.
Absolutely, and it's a very busy flea market. So after the flea market is over, we packed up. She came in home, got some Chinese food, and watched TV that night. And paint the picture. What happened? Do you remember what happened Mother's Day?
Mother's Day.
Were you tired? You were tired, weren't you?
Yeah, I was really tired on Mother's Day, but I can't remember what I did.
You didn't do anything, Mom. You rested the whole day. Rested the whole day. Then the following Monday, before the aneurysm, you went and got your groceries as you normally do, right?
Yeah, I usually on Mondays, I usually go to Richardson's Farms, Sam's Club, and I go to Costco's. and whatever other little stores I have to go to get my groceries for that week. So that's what I did that day.
So okay. So then that's the following Tuesday is when she had her aneurysm, and for the next 4.5 months, she was in the hospital. You wrote down a number of points, Mom, we're going to touch on. The first one you wrote, a lot of people don't know how to rest. Explain your position.
I'm always going, and it was hard for me to just, I do meditations in the morning, but during the rest of the day or in the evening and on weekends, I don't rest.
No.
I know a lot of people who don't rest, who don't know how to rest.
Right.
For me, taking a nap is like, no way. If I take a nap, then I might fall asleep and not get up the rest of the day. I've even taken a nap and woke up and I'm like, oh, I slept the whole day. And I'm thinking it's the next day, and it's not the next day, it's the same day, it's just that it's a little dark. So learning how to rest is important, and it's so important. And for me, even after I had my aneurysm and I was in the hospital, I was still wake up early. And when I went to rehab, it was like I was getting up at 7:30 in the morning, getting myself ready to go nowhere. The physical therapists, they weren't even in the building then. I would be up ready to work out and things like that, and it wouldn't be anybody there. But it's just, I'm so used to getting up and I'm so used to going and doing until to sleep in or to rest. It was like, it wasn't a part of my lifestyle.
Did you feel like you were missing something when you took a nap?
I didn't think I was missing anything. It was just something that I just never really did.
Right.
So it wasn't a part of my life.
Right.
And when I tried to make it a part of my life, like I said, if I took a nap during the day, it was hard for me to get back up and to finish whatever I had to do.
So basically your body was so exhausted when you took the nap that you would fall into a deep sleep.
I would, and I'd wake up and it'd be, as I said, I thought I had
lost the day,
and it was the next morning, and it wasn't. It was the same day.
So explain to me, because I saw you in the hospital, right? And you went to bouts of delirium when you first went in, and this is a part you may not remember. When you were in ICU, they purposely did not want you to rest. They purposely checked on you a lot of the time. Tell me about how your feelings and how was your journey of resting while you were in the hospital?
I don't remember being at the hospital, really. I remember being at the rehabilitation center.
So tell me about that.
Well, I would wake up early in the morning and I would get myself ready for my therapies, my physical therapy, my occupational therapy. I would wake up about 6:30, 7 o'clock, and between 7:15 and 7:30, I'd be preparing myself for the physical or the occupational therapist or whatever kind of therapy I had that day. And I'd be up and nobody be there. They didn't get there before 9 o'clock, but I'm getting up all early, getting myself ready to do nothing.
So let me ask you, you were never a nap taker, Mom?
Nope, never took naps during the day. And as I said, if I ever did, like, say, let me just, sleep for...
Be knocked out.
I'd be knocked out. And it's like, oh, what happened to it's Saturday, but it would just be Friday
Right.
in the evening.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking it's early Saturday morning.
So let me ask you, growing up, you were just never a nap taker.
Nope. Just
Nap.
always busy doing something.
And you told me like that you always took care of people even as a child, right?
I've always taken care of people. When I was, cause my mom had me my mom got pregnant with me when she was 12 years old. So, and she got pregnant with my brother when she was 13 years old. So, as I grew up, I became the caretaker because what I realized is my mom didn't have a youth. She didn't have a childhood really because she became a mother. And so my mom would like go off, but she always made sure that rent was paid, food was in the house, but she started to live her childhood, which I didn't understand totally at the time. But then as I grew older, I understood that she didn't have a childhood. And so when she got an opportunity, then she took it. And I was responsible for watching my brother. And then later, when my mom had another child, for them, being responsible.
So in addition to having school, having your youth, having to go to school, you then had to come home and take care of the household.
That's right.
Yeah.
I sure did.
So Mom, this is why I believe God is great. First off, this aneurysm was a silver lining. It was a chance for you to reset. And in the resetting process, this is your turn now. This is your time to rest because now you're learning how to take naps, right?
I'm learning. It's a process.
But you're open to it, right?
I'm open to it, but it's like it's a hard thing to do
Right.
when you've never really done it all your life,
Right.
and then you realize how important.
Yes.
It's so important to get rest, not only for your body but for your mind. It's extremely important. And sometimes it's like I have to tell myself, okay, Cynthia, slow down, lay down. And I might lay down and I'm not sleepy or anything like that. And I just I'll pray. I'll just say, Jesus, I'll just say Jesus and pray for rest and peace. So I'm in the process of teaching myself how to rest. But you'd be surprised at the number of people who just don't know how to rest. They're just so busy going and doing all the time and not resting.
So one of the things the doctor said, as far as healing, rest is very essential. It gives your body time. It's kind of like a maintenance time for your body, especially at night, and being away from distractions and your phone, which I'm learning as well because I like to listen to things as I go to sleep. But being away from your phone and letting your mind your body go into a maintenance and repair mode when you sleep. And that's what happens. And I'm going to tell you, over the course of, since you've been ill and your recuperation, I've seen your improvement in taking naps and allowing yourself to take naps. Because when you were at advanced rehab, you could tell in your eyes when you were tired, Mom. You could tell your eyes don't lie. So you say, I'll rest my eyes for a second. I'll rest my eyes. But to me, it was just like you thought you were going to miss something.
I don't know. I have no idea.
No, but I'm just saying.
I would not allow myself to rest. And I would fall asleep in the chair during the weekdays or weekends, call myself watching TV, but I would be asleep.
Yeah.
And then when I got up to go to bed, I'd have to do certain things, and by the time I went to bed, I really wasn't sleepy.
So now this is a rebirth, Mom. So this is just your chance now, and I've seen you're improving. You're improving, Mom. So we're 15 minutes in, and the moral to this podcast this week is that you didn't know how to rest. You were brought up not knowing how to rest. You had a lot of responsibilities at a young age, and then you know, as you progress into motherhood and having your own family, and being a go-getter, you never rested.
No.
And what actually happened on May 15th, even though it set you down, that part set you down, and at that point,
sure did.
It's at that point you're relearning how to do things. But rest is so essential, because you can't burn the candle on both ends for unlimited time.
I know. I had people that I knew who at 7:30, 8 o'clock, 8:30, they be getting ready to go to bed. I'm like, what? You going to bed? You going to bed? What you want to bed so early for? But now I realize how important it is to get that rest. So for me, and I have slipped some, but when I came home from the hospital and from rehab, it was like 6:30, 7 o'clock. I was preparing myself to go to bed because I needed to rest. I had started in rehab. I had started, like the process. When I came home, I continued the process, and then I slipped a little bit and started watching TV and falling asleep in the chair, and then getting up, like doing my dishes or whatever. And then when I get in bed, I'm not sleepy, but I'm not the only person who doesn't rest.
You're not, Mom. So talk to your subscribers and talk to them.
It's important for us to rest. Our bodies need the rest. A lot of us have a lot of mental, physical, and emotional things that we're going through. And if our mind is not rested, what can we do?
We're foggy.
I would not wish anybody to have an aneurysm or to get shut down like I got shut down. But for me, I would wake up, fix a meal, prepare my lunch, and do things in the house before I even got to work.
Right.
When I got to work, I should have been tired from the work that I did before I even got there. And then when I left work, I come home and I still work. And I'm not the only person who lives a life like that.
But you're learning, Mom. You're learning.
I'm learning to.
And I want you to give yourself credit.
I am learning to. Yes.
You can be your harshest critic, but not your worst enemy.
So
you're all learning. I've seen the growth, and I want to what I try to do is instill positivity in you and let you know when I see it. And you do rest, Mom, and this is why you've been able to heal the way you heal, and then your mental facilities have gotten so good. The doctors are always impressed, and you're building on it. Okay, it's a building block.
Yeah, it's important for us to have conversations about things that are affecting our physical, our mental, and our emotional health, because we are human beings.
Right. So we want to end on a positive note, Mom. So with that, okay, I'm gonna just talk to your subscribers right now. You have a email address now. It's dedicated to the podcast, okay? And I will be helping you to monitor it so that you can respond back to people, right?
Yes.
Start the communication. So I want to tell people it's chatting CHATTING with WITH CJ, of course, PODCAST @gmail.com. So it's chatting with CJ podcast @gmail.com. No spaces in there. Again, it's chatting with CJ podcast @gmail.com. She'll check it, and we want to start the conversation up, Mom. So we're 20 minutes in, Mom. Talk to the folks and talk.
Please communicate with me so that we could communicate with each other, so that we could get better, so that if you never have to go through what I've had to go through to get to this point in my life, to appreciate resting. Because we work, we parent, we do things for other people, and we take care of other people, and we don't take care of ourselves. And it's so important to take care of you, for me to take care of me, so that we can be good for other people too. And I just want to say thank you so much for subscribing and listening to my podcast, because it's very important. I was too busy before to even do this. It took me having an aneurysm and my son saying, "Mom, let's do this podcast," for me to prepare myself to do it. Now I'm ready.
And you're serious about it. You hold me accountable. So, Mom, with that being said, I want a great smile from you, and wish you folks, and see you on the next episode. Have a great day, everyone, and God bless you.
God bless you.